The young and the restless spoilers reveal the upcoming 2 weeks in Genoa City are going to be explosive. For starters, Victor Newman is going to lay down the law for Kyle and Claire's budding relationship, while the Damian drama takes the spotlight. Billy Abbott will also need to take charge when a catfight between Phyllis and Sally will take place. Keep scrolling to see all that is coming up over the next 2 weeks. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Feb 03 to 07, 2025. Victor delivers a stern warning. Our viewers know that Victor doesn't play games when it comes to protecting his family, and next week, he will make that very clear to Kyle Abbott. Victor will deliver a serious warning, urging Jack Abbott to pass along the message. Kyle needs to stay away from Claire Newman. However, the Young and the Restless spoilers relay that Jack might not follow through with Victor's demand just yet. The Abbott patriarch will also sense some trouble brewing and will be ready to step in if needed. While Jack plays mediator, Diane Jenkins Abbott won't stay silent. She'll have her own doubts about Victor's meddling and will worry about her son's beautiful relationship with Claire. And something tells us Kyle will also not back down. He has found something real with Claire and won't let anything come in the way of it. We will also witness Claire getting schooled by her grandmother about how things work in the Newman family. Amy and Nate learn a shocking Damian update. Now, let's shift our gears and talk about Damian drama. It will soon be revealed that Holden is nothing more than an imposter, posing as Damian King. After fake Damian rejects Nate's request to get him to meet Amy Lewis, he will reach out to the real Damian with the whole news. Spoilers suggest that Damian will push Holden to keep up the drama and dig in more information. In a desperate moment, Nate may finally decide to spill everything about Amy's leukemia and her dying wish to reconnect with her son. However, Amy might discover that Nate's been talking to the wrong man all this while, and the duo will be shocked by their new findings. For obvious reasons, Holden will defend himself since he's just helping Damian. The bombshell won't stop there. An unexpected visitor will soon show up at Nate's doorstep, and chances are the real Damian will finally make his presence known. But Damian might have his share of shockers after he gets to know that he has a half-brother and the lies about his paternity. Things are looking messy for Damian, and Amy will seek nothing but forgiveness. Billy Abbott under spotlight. And now, Billy Abbott will find himself in the middle of chaos once again. With tensions brewing between Phyllis Summers and Sally Spectra, Billy will attempt to play peacemaker. He will also be busy with his new business venture and will set his sights on securing Phyllis and Daniel Romolottiger's support. But Daniel won't be sold on the idea so easily. He knows Billy's history of big ideas turning into bigger disasters, and he'll hesitate before getting on board. In the meantime, Jack Abbott will also be worried about Phyllis' involvement in Billy's new business. He's seen enough of her impulsive ways to know that no one can trust her easily. The Abbott head might rush to his own defense and put some conditions on his fundings he promised Billy. Diane Jenkins will also be facing a major decision of her own this week. It could be related to her personal or professional matters. Over on Sally's side of town, she'll reconnect with Chloe Mitchell, which will bring up some unexpected conversations about the past. With Chloe's history with Billy, she may offer Sally a fresh perspective on her old flame. Will this help Sally in her budding relationship with Billy, or will it create fresh drama? We have to wait and find out. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Feb 10 to 14, 2025. Valentine's fever in GC. Love is in the air in Genoa City during this week. As Valentine's Day approaches, some couples will be swept up in the holiday spirit while others will struggle. Kyle Abbott will pull out all the stops to plan a dreamy, romantic evening for Claire Newman. But will his ex, Summer Newman, be able to handle it? Summer may try to play it cool, but deep down, seeing Kyle so smitten with Claire could make her jealous. Next up, Chance Chancellor will also try his best to be the perfect Valentine for Summer. He will step up his game and hope to distract her with romance, but it might be focused elsewhere. Also, watch out as Chelsea Lawson and Adam Newman might themselves be closer to each other and given their passion this V-Day. A lot is coming up on the CBS soap, so stay tuned to Soap Opera Daily for more such The Young and the Restless spoilers. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless news has everyone asking the same question: who is Sharon Case dating? We've got some answers for you right here. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Sharon Case is keeping some things to herself. Back in 2023, Sharon did open up just a little about her relationship with her fellow The Young and the Restless co-star Mark Grossman. Well, while speaking to Jenny Garth and Tori Spelling on their podcast, Sharon told them that she and Mark did talk to the producers about their off-screen romance. Sharon admitted that she told them about her relationship with Mark because it makes things a bit easier to have their on-screen characters touch and hold each other since they were also a real-life couple. This was during the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, when everyone still had to keep their distance from their castmates while filming. She said, "I mean, we've never talked about it so bluntly, but I guess the reason why we finally mentioned it to the studio is just so that we wouldn't have the distance in case the show wanted to write us in scenes together." That same year, fans also praised Sharon for keeping classy when it was reported that Mark had moved on to his other The Young and the Restless co-star, Courtney Hope. Mark and Courtney shocked fans when they made it pretty clear that they were dating by posting several photos of them getting up close and personal on social media. The Young and the Restless spoilers. What's really going on with Sharon Case? This came as a surprise for many fans, simply because Mark was with Sharon Case for the longest time. Even though they never officially confirmed their relationship to their fans, it was quite obvious that they were dating for several long years. So far, Sharon Case herself has not made any comments about her personal life just yet. The Young and the Restless airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. In the meantime, drop us a line with your thoughts in our comments section below. Also, don't forget to come back right here for all the latest news and updates on your favorite celebrities, along with the latest spoilers from The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives. Sally had never felt such a thrilling sense of possibility before. After enduring heartbreak and betrayal from Adam, she finally allowed herself to believe she was moving forward. Her relationship with Billy felt liberating, a fresh start filled with excitement. For so long, she had struggled to leave behind the emotional wreckage Adam left in his wake. Now, Billy made her feel alive again, even if his reputation for irresponsibility loomed over their connection. However, just as she began embracing this new chapter, everything changed in an instant. A positive pregnancy test shattered her cautious optimism, replacing it with a whirlwind of emotions. She felt joy at first. This was an opportunity to create the stable family she had always longed for. But reality quickly set in, as doubts about Billy's ability to commit threatened to overshadow her hope. Rumors about Billy's reckless tendencies and self-sabotaging behavior filled Sally's mind, warning her of what might come next. She had heard stories of his fleeting romances, his pattern of growing bored and walking away just when things got serious. Still, she chose to believe in him, in the small glimpses of tenderness he occasionally revealed. Perhaps the news of a child would inspire him to change, to embrace responsibility and build a future with her. Yet when she finally broke the news, the moment was nothing like the hopeful scenario she had imagined. Instead of excitement, Billy reacted with shock, anxiety, and frustration. He dismissed the pregnancy as an inconvenience and coldly suggested an abortion as the simplest solution. Sally was devastated. This child symbolized a fresh start for her, a chance to redefine her life on her own terms. But to Billy, it was an obstacle, a burden that complicated his freedom and ambitions. Billy's reaction only deepened Sally's heartbreak, making her painfully aware that history was repeating itself. She had spent years picking up the pieces after Adam, struggling to rebuild her self-worth. Now, with Billy, she was facing the same crushing rejection, the same sense of being discarded when love became inconvenient. But this time, she refused to crumble. Sally knew she had the strength to stand on her own, to fight for the child she already loved. As Billy continued pressuring her to consider his practical solution, her determination only grew stronger. She would not let another man dictate her future or make her feel unworthy of love. She had chosen Billy because he had once represented excitement and possibility, but now she saw him for what he truly was. He was never going to change, never going to embrace the life she dreamed of. Days later, Billy returned, attempting to soften his stance, but his words carried the same underlying message. He was not ready for this, and he never would be. His promise of financial support rang hollow, lacking the emotional commitment Sally had once hoped for. At that moment, she realized that she and her baby deserved better than reluctant gestures and half-hearted apologies. Though tears welled in her eyes, they weren't for Billy. They were for the dreams she had to let go of, for the hope that had been so cruelly crushed. But as she stood alone in her apartment, her hand protectively resting over her abdomen, a sense of clarity washed over her. This child was not a mistake. It was her chance to break free from destructive cycles and reclaim her future. No matter what whispers spread through Genoa City, no matter how uncertain the road ahead, she vowed to fight for her happiness. And if Billy chose to remain unbound and unbothered, so be it. She no longer needed him to define her strength. Could the young and the restless be setting the stage for one of its most jaw-dropping twists yet? Rumors are swirling that Lyndon Ashby, who played the infamous Kirsten, might be making a dramatic return to Genoa City. But here's the kicker, he may not be coming back as Cameron. What if he's playing Cameron's long-lost twin, out for revenge? A comeback no one saw coming. Fans will remember Kirsten as one of the most dangerous villains in my and our history. His reign of terror against Sharon Newman was chilling, and when he met his end, many thought that was the last we'd see of him. But in true soap opera fashion, death doesn't always mean the end, especially when the writers have a shocking twist up their sleeves. Now, whispers from behind the scenes suggest that Lyndon Ashby is open to reprising his role, but not as the Cameron we knew. Instead, speculation points to the introduction of a twin brother, one who just discovered what happened to Cameron and is coming to Genoa City to settle the score. A deadly family secret? Imagine the drama if it turns out Cameron had a brother who was kept in the dark about his twin's fate. If Ashby returns as this vengeful sibling, he could wreak havoc on the very people who took Cameron down, Sharon, Nick, and anyone else who stood in his way. Could this twin be even more ruthless than Cameron? Did Cameron tell him secrets before his death that could be used as ammunition? If true, this twist would bring a new layer of suspense to Y and R, keeping viewers glued to their screens. It wouldn't be the first time a presumed dead character returned with a shocking backstory. Just look at Diane Jenkins, who pulled off the ultimate resurrection storyline. What this could mean for Genoa City. If Cameron's twin does exist, his arrival could turn Sharon's world upside down. She barely survived Cameron's last reign of terror. Could she handle another round? And what about Nick? He's always been Sharon's protector. But what if this new enemy is even more calculated and dangerous? And let's not forget the possibility of a redemption arc. Could this twin be completely different from Cameron? Maybe he's been living a respectable life, only to learn about his brother's dark past and tragic end. Would he come to Genoa City seeking revenge or justice? Will Lie and R pull the trigger on this twist? At this point, it's all speculation, but the idea of Lyndon Ashby returning in a whole new way is exactly the kind of juicy storyline that keeps I and our fans buzzing. Whether it's as Cameron's twin or in another shocking role, one thing is for sure: if Ashby comes back, Genoa City won't know what hit it. The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Phyllis Summers' initial glee turned to disgust. However, her feelings about Sharon Newman's admission of guilt and proclaimed innocence have since turned. Sharon was completely cleared of Heather Stevens' murder. While she still feels terrible for having tried to frame Daniel Romalotti for that crime, the late Jordan Howard's admissions confirm that Sharon was intentionally drugged. So that fact explains Sharon's bizarre actions. As viewers have noticed, the same Phyllis who was all over Sharon has been noticeably absent in recent days. That will soon change. Daniel Romalotti learns the hard truth. Other than Heather, Daniel, and Lucy Romalotti have suffered the most. Jordan claimed that Ian Ward killed Heather, though the viewers weren't shown a view of who committed that deadly act in retrospective scenes. However, it appears that Jordan's words are being taken as an accurate accounting of what occurred. While she was responsible for coating Sharon's prescription medication with an illicit substance, Ian was responsible for framing Sharon for Heather's murder. Daniel can't wrap his head around all Sharon relayed to him. He's still left without the woman he loved, and his daughter is without her mother. However, devoted viewers know that Lucy's real mother lurks in the shadows because Daisy Carter gave birth to her. Sharon Newman can move on. Ian targeted Sharon to separate her from Mariah Copeland. As he told it to Jordan, Ian wanted Sharon in jail for murder, but later wanted her killed. Ian believes Jordan botched his master plan after she learned that Nick Newman figured out something was off. It was Nick who first centered on Sharon's medication, had it tested, and led the effort that allowed the authorities to confirm she'd been drugged. With all the horror behind her, Sharon freed herself of the remnant of Kirsten's guilt. Oddly, that character's recent farewell scene ended with Sharon expressing a sense of fondness for the man who tortured her while he was alive, and she killed in self-defense. But that outcome reflected her coming to peace with that part of her life. Phyllis Summers can only admit so much. The audience is expecting something less than what Phyllis offered when Sharon was battling cancer. Stafford's character provided a genuine expression of support during that storyline. These are different circumstances. Phyllis thought Genoa City, Wisconsin, had finally seen who she believed Sharon had always been. That reinforced the crux of Phyllis' feelings regarding her longtime rival. Phyllis believes Sharon has played the villain more often than she has and yet enjoys a falsely positive reputation. She also feels Sharon benefits from unearned admiration from many GC men, including Nick. So viewers are expecting a half-hearted acknowledgement of Sharon's vindication. An apology isn't due her, at least in Phyllis' mind. This site is a leading source for everything linked to the Young and the Restless. Check back regularly for Y&R spoilers and news. Drama is reaching new heights in Genoa City as tensions between Phyllis Summers and Sally Spectra erupt into a fiery confrontation. With Sally and Billy Abbott growing closer, Phyllis has made it her mission to prove that their relationship is nothing more than a passing fling. Her relentless skepticism and sharp tongue set the stage for a dramatic battle, one that will leave Billy questioning everything. Phyllis pushes Sally to her breaking point. Phyllis has never been one to hold back her opinions, especially when it comes to protecting those she cares about or meddling where she sees fit. She views Sally as nothing more than a schemer, manipulating Billy for personal gain. Determined to expose what she believes is Sally's deception, Phyllis wastes no time provoking her with cutting remarks, calculated stares, and veiled insults. Sally, however, refuses to back down. She has fought hard to establish herself in Genoa City, and she is not about to let Phyllis ruin the happiness she has found with Billy. Every time Phyllis throws a jab, Sally fires back with equal intensity. The tension between the two women simmers beneath the surface, ready to explode at any moment. Billy caught in the crossfire. Billy, who has been enjoying his growing bond with Sally, finds himself pulled into the middle of this bitter feud. He knows both women well enough to realize that their battle will not end easily. While he wants to defend Sally, he also knows that Phyllis will never stop interfering. Phyllis is quick to mock Billy's choices, telling him that Sally is merely a temporary thrill, one that he will soon regret. But Billy, ever the rebel, doesn't appreciate being told what to do. He is torn between his feelings for Sally and the nagging doubts Phyllis plants in his mind. Will he be able to stand firm in his love for Sally, or will Phyllis succeed in driving a wedge between them? A slap that changes everything. The tension finally reaches a breaking point when a heated argument between Sally and Phyllis takes a shocking turn. As their war of words escalates, Phyllis, unable to hold back her fury, delivers a stunning slap across Sally's face. The moment is electrifying, stopping everyone in their tracks, including Billy. Sally, stunned but defiant, refuses to let Phyllis humiliate her. She glares at Phyllis, her anger burning brighter than ever. But what does this outburst mean for Billy? Seeing the violence unfold before him shakes him to his core. The slap is more than just an attack on Sally. It forces Billy to re-examine everything. He begins to wonder if being with Sally is worth the constant drama, or if Phyllis's warnings carry some truth. Paris, a fresh start or a final goodbye? Despite the chaos, Billy and Sally have big plans. They decide to take a romantic trip to Paris, hoping to escape the negativity surrounding them. For Sally, this is a chance to prove that their love is real, that their bond is more than just a fleeting moment. But for Billy, doubts linger. Can he ignore the voices telling him that Sally is trouble? Or will the echoes of Phyllis's slap follow them to the city of love? What's next for Sally and Billy? As they embark on their Parisian getaway, one question remains: will this trip solidify their love, or will it mark the beginning of the end? Phyllis may have landed the first blow, but Sally is not going down without a fight. With emotions running high and stakes higher than ever, the battle for Billy's heart is far from over. Beth Maitland's portrayal of Tracy Abbott in The Young and the Restless has been nothing short of remarkable, spanning over 4 decades, from her early days as the overlooked Abbott sibling to becoming the heart and soul of her family. Tracy's journey has been filled with emotional highs and devastating lows. Now, as Maitland reflects on her character's past, she recalls some of the most tearful and poignant moments that shaped Tracy's story. Looking back, Tracy's struggles were evident from the start. As a young woman, she battled insecurities, an eating disorder, and the pressure of living in the shadow of her glamorous sister, Ashley. Her rivalry with Lauren Fenmore only added to her hardships. But over time, Tracy evolved into a strong, successful novelist who became the glue holding the Abbott family together. One of Tracy's most heartbreaking storylines was the tragic loss of her daughter, Colleen. For Maitland, portraying a grieving mother was one of the most challenging experiences of her career. She revealed that this emotional arc lasted for 30 episodes, filled with intense and gut-wrenching moments. Fans still remember the sorrowful scenes of Tracy having to make the difficult decision to donate Colleen's organs, a storyline that deeply resonated with viewers. Maitland also shared how her role as Tracy had a profound impact beyond the screen. Over the years, she received personal letters from fans who related to Tracy's struggles. Some even credited her character for giving them hope during their darkest moments. The actress admitted that she wasn't prepared for the responsibility of being such an inspiration, but did her best to guide those who reached out for support. While Tracy's journey has been filled with heartbreak, romance has also played a role in her story. Her past relationships, including marriages to Danny Romalotti and Brad Carlton, were filled with ups and downs. In recent years, her unexpected connection with Dr. Allen reignited her belief in love. Though their relationship has been put on pause, Maitland teased that Tracy's romantic journey might not be over just yet. Could another marriage be in her future? Fans are eagerly hoping for Tracy to finally have her happily ever after. The drama is reaching a fever pitch as shocking truths come to light, alliances are shattered, and lives are left in ruins. Ian's carefully crafted web of lies is finally unraveling. Claire's bombshell report on Jordan shakes the very foundation of trust, and Phyllis is playing a dangerous game with Billy, one that could push him over the edge. Buckle up, because this is one scandal you won't see coming. Ian exposed. His web of lies comes crashing down. For weeks, Ian has been weaving a tale so convincing that no one dared to question it. But the truth always finds a way to the surface. Sources close to the situation reveal that Ian has been hiding a shocking secret, one that could destroy his reputation forever. Reports indicate that his past is far darker than anyone imagined. Could he have been manipulating those closest to him for his own twisted agenda? The answer appears to be a resounding yes. As whispers of betrayal grow louder, those who once stood by Ian are now turning against him. But who was brave enough to expose him, and why now? Claire blows the lid off Jordan's secrets. Just when it seemed like Jordan had things under control, Claire drops an explosive report that leaves everyone reeling. Insiders say Claire has uncovered evidence that Jordan has been involved in something far more sinister than anyone suspected. What's in Claire's report? Early leaks suggest it contains damning proof that could ruin Jordan's future for good. If the rumors are true, Claire may have single-handedly changed the game. But here's the real question. Is she doing this for justice, or is there another motive at play? One thing is certain, Jordan is furious, and if there's one thing we know about Jordan, it's that he doesn't take betrayal lightly. Will Claire regret her bold move, or does she have even more shocking evidence up her sleeve? Phyllis pushes Billy to the edge. Is this the breaking point? Phyllis has never been one to back down from a fight, but this time, she might be playing with fire. Her relentless push against Billy is starting to take a serious toll. Those closest to him are growing increasingly concerned that he's spiraling out of control, and Phyllis is only making things worse. Sources say that Billy is on the verge of making a catastrophic decision, one that could change his life forever. But is this exactly what Phyllis wanted, or has she finally pushed him too far? Will Billy fight back and reclaim his power, or will he crumble under the weight of Phyllis's schemes? The tension is unbearable, and the final showdown is coming sooner than anyone expects. What happens next? With Ian's lies unraveling, Claire's bombshell shaking things up, and Billy on the verge of collapse, the stakes have never been higher. Betrayal, revenge, and shocking twists are on the horizon. No one is safe. The biggest question remains, who will come out on top, and who will be left picking up the pieces? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. Is Jordan dead on the young and the restless? That's the question plaguing Y&R fans after Jordan poisoned herself. It's been quite an explosive couple of weeks on the hit CBS soap. The reign of terror inflicted by Jordan and Ian has come to an end. However, as monsters and critics reported, there was a big twist when it came to Ian. Thanks to that event, Y&R fans think maybe things with Jordan aren't as they seem. February sweeps are here, adding more fuel to the young and the restless viewers wondering if Jordan really died. Is Jordan dead on Young and the Restless? Jordan didn't go out in a blaze of glory, which would have been more fitting for the character. Instead, she drank a cup of tea, knowing that her niece Claire had poisoned it. The exit was blah at best. Victor trading barbs with a dying Jordan did make the scenes more entertaining, but we expected more for Jordan's final goodbye. All signs point to Jordan's death sticking for now. Nobody really stays dead in Genoa City. Just look at Diane. That means Jordan could come back to life at any point in time. Considering what happened with Ian, we wouldn't put it past the writers to bring them both back in the future. One person open to bringing Jordan back from the dead is Colleen, who recently commented on her character's demise. Colleen Singh reacts to Jordan's exit on Y&R. Speaking with Insider, Colleen admitted she didn't like how Jordan died, or that the character is no longer in the mix. "I'm sad Jordan went away so quickly. I thought that Ian, Ray-wise, and Jordan would go out like Bonnie and Clyde together," she told the outlet. Despite being disappointed in how Jordan exited, Colleen knows playing the villain was a gift. She has been in the soap world for decades, but playing such a juicy character at age 72 was nothing she had expected. Thanks to head writer Josh Griffith, Colleen's initial 12-episode stint as Jordan grew to 50 episodes, followed by her recent run of 22 episodes. Playing Jordan confirmed to Colleen that she still has what it takes to work in the soap world at her age. This is why she always answers the call if Josh wants Jordan back on the canvas. Jordan may be gone for now, but her impact will have a lasting effect. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal Kyle worries about Claire and how she's dealing with the part she played in Jordan's death. Do you want more Jordan, or should she stay dead? Sound off in the comments section below. As the story goes, Heather was murdered in cold blood in her and Daniel's apartment on The Young and the Restless by either Sharon or Baddies tag team Ian Ward and evil Aunt Jordan. She was killed, dumped into the river, and her body was found and brought home for burial, or so we think. What if that's not exactly true? What if there's a huge scheme going on that ends with Heather being very much alive? Anything is possible. We agree it sounds far-fetched to bring a very much dead and worried back to life, but this is the Soapverse after all. Crazy things happen in Genoa City on the daily, and this isn't even close to the first time we'll see a thought-dead player coming back to life. Heather could surprise us all with a shocking story of survival. But how, you ask? Let us take you on a little ride. What if Ian and Jordan are setting this up to make everyone think Heather is dead, but she's not? Instead, they have her locked away in the same storage room Jordan once kept Claire in. The ultimate setup. They could have made Sharon think she murdered the poor woman, but when she dumped Heather into the river, the evildoers were right there to drag the legal eagle out of the frigid waters and stow her away. And in her place, they found a doppelganger to toss into the river to swim with the fishes instead. All it would take is someone who looks close enough to have a traumatized Daniel ID, and he was so upset, it wouldn't take an exact replica. Did poor Daniel grieve the loss of a stranger and bury the wrong woman? With Jordan and Ian, anything is possible. The trail of clues. We can't help but notice that Jordan and Ian were insistent one of them had to leave the room to check in on their Genoa City enemies. What if they also wanted to check on their captive? Heather would need food and water after all. Plus, not having Lucy at her mother's funeral seems rather odd. Could it be that oversight was a clue that Heather isn't dead and gone? If our prediction is right, we can't wait to see how the rescue will go down. Will an innocent passerby rescue her while they're wandering the building checking on their own storage unit? Will Ian or Jordan slip up? Or will Heather find a way to save herself and run home to Genoa City? Anything is possible.